Are you struggling with perfectionism? Well, if so, stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to share with you how to be able to overcome perfectionism. So therefore you can be able to consistently move forward with more energy and momentum. So make sure that you're taking notes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those, if we're meeting for the first time, I am Dr. Heather Tucker, CEO and co-founder of Another Level Living Incorporated, a professional training and coaching company. I teach and certify life coaches and communication experts. And I also work with women entrepreneurs who want to stress less, strengthen their relationships, so therefore they can lead with more momentum and make more money along the way and enjoying the journey. Okay, so the reason why we're talking about this whole perfectionism, I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I've learned how perfectionism can be poverty, it can be paralysis, it can lead to procrastination. And the reality is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It's actually okay for it to totally be imperfect, especially when we're on this journey of trying to figure things out. So first of all, let me just tell you what perfectionism is. Perfectionism is that need to be able to have everything exactly right, exactly perfect before we put that information out into the world or we take action to maybe accomplish something that we desire. And what happens is with perfectionism, sometimes we may miss opportunities, we may fall short on time. There's so many different things that being a perfectionist can lead to. And the goal is to be able to recognize this perfectionism and then get peace with it. So where does perfectionism come from? Perfectionism can come from many things. It can even come from us growing up where we thought that we had to be perfect in school, making sure we have the best grades, making sure that we're behaving well, etc., etc. And it actually, it can even create a lifelong journey of trying to have everything perfect. Even thinking about several colleagues of mine who are also doctors, there may be times where they're trying to be so perfect that they sometimes miss out on some of the more important things in life. And here's what I'll share with you when it comes to perfectionism and when it comes to overcoming perfectionism. The first is give yourself grace and time. See, a lot of times we think that one of the things I hear a lot is, I should have been farther along by now. I should have had all this done by now. Like my business should be perfectly successful and my family should be totally cool, like totally successful. But a lot of times it's almost like think about Rome. Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? Think about a butterfly. A butterfly takes time going from a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly. And when we give ourselves time and take the pressure off of ourselves, it actually becomes even more easier for people to do the same around us. Pretty interesting. Okay, so that's one tip. Give yourself grace, give yourself time, because we are just doing the best that we can with the resources that we have available. As we learn better, as we grow better, we do better. So we're also the most hardest on ourselves. No matter how hard people can be around us, we can be the hardest on ourselves. And so this is all the more reason why we want to give ourselves grace, give ourselves forgiveness, and also forgiving other people, even within our bubble, who are not perfect. So we're only human. No one is perfect. That includes the people in your house as well. So give them grace and mercy. As you hear my kids in the back, it doesn't have to be perfect, because the right people are going to connect to your message anyway. The right people are going to love you even in your imperfections. The biggest trick, though, is to actually loving yourself even with your imperfections. I only speak or talk about what I know. So going from feeling like really self-destructive, really insignificant, really just not valuing myself, to totally loving myself, totally self-worth, total peace, even if it's not perfect. And that is for everyone. That's for you too. That's for all of us, because we've all been called to do amazing and great things. And we don't want our perfectionistic tendencies to block the blessings that we've been called to have. So another way to overcome perfectionism is to pay attention to what you're focusing on. Like, are we focusing on the burdens of, oh, this isn't together? Are we focusing on the blessings, like, you know what? It may not be together, but this is going to connect to exactly who it's supposed to connect with. So when we come from a place of gratitude and focusing on the blessings, the burdens start to dissipate. The only burdens that kind of continue to stay are the ones in our mind. So start facing them. Facing the imperfections and almost like not really laughing at them, but just being the observer. And the best way to practice this, to pay attention to our perfectionism, is to also look at our relationships. Look at the intimate relationships that we have around us, and where are we asking other people to be perfect? We are all human, and we're totally imperfect, and that is okay. Because this is my last part. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. A lot of times what causes what perfectionism can lead to as well, not just paralysis and procrastination, but it can also lead to depression. And it can also lead to us feeling like we're not good enough, or who are we to do this? It can kind of feed that negative Nelly that's in our head. Yet when you face the negative Nelly in your head and you say, hey, look, I'm only human. I was singing this song the other day, I'm not your superwoman, because for so long I tried to do that. I tried to be the superwoman, actually making sure that everything was good for everyone else, and I got burnt out. I got stressed out, and now if we get to it, we get to it. If we don't get to it, we don't. And we have an amazing supportive team around us to make sure that things happen how they're supposed to happen. This is the beauty of entrepreneurship. This is the beauty of freedom. It forces us to be like, what's going on? And then resolve it. So ladies, let's resolve it together. I hope this video helped. Let me know in the comments below what was maybe your biggest takeaway from this. And if you feel like that you got value out of this video, make sure to share it. To learn more about us, go to www.anotherlevelliving.com and get connected with us there, and schedule a complimentary call with us so we can get to know you more too. All right, until next time, aloha.